The first law of proportions is the means extremes product law of proportion. In a proportion, the product of the means equals the product of the extremes. If A is to B as the C is to D, then AD is equals to CB, wherein B and D are not equal to 0. The second law of proportions is the switch means switch extremes law of proportion. If A is to B as the C is to D, then number 1, A is to C as to B is to D, and number 2, D is to B as to C is to A, wherein A, B, C, and D are not equal to 0. The third law of proportions is the invert both sides law of proportion. If A is to B as to C is to D, then B is to A is equals to D over C, wherein A, B, C, D are not equal to 0. The fourth law of proportion is the denominator addition. The fourth law of proportion is the denominator addition law of proportion. If A over B is equals to C over D, then A plus B all over B is equals to C plus D all over D, wherein B and D are not equal to 0. The fifth law of proportion is the denominator subtraction law of proportion. If A over B is equals to C over D, then A minus B all over B is equals to C minus D all over D, wherein B and D are not equal to 0. The sixth law of proportion is the numerator. The sixth law of proportion is the numerator sum law of proportion. If A is to B as to C is to D as to E is to F, then A plus C plus E plus so on and so forth all over B plus D plus F plus so on and so forth is equals to A is to B as to C is to D. Let's take this one as an example. If 2 is to 3 as to 4 is to 6 as to 8 is to 12 as to 16 is to 24, then 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 all over 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 24 is equals to 30 over 45, which is also equal in its lowest term as 2 is to 3 or 2/3. This can be written as 2 is to 3. Still the same with the first set of terms. Example, find the value of x in the proportion 4 is to x as 2 is to 6. We have so many solutions. The first one is using the means extremes product law of proportions. We have 4x over x is equals to 2 over 6. Simply, we cross multiply each. We have 2x is equals to 24. We take 1/2 on each side, so we have x is equals to 12. That's the answer using the means extremes product law of proportion. Next method we're gonna use is using the switch extremes law of proportion. 4 over x is equals to 2 over 6. We take the first term over the third term equals the second term over the fourth term, which is 6. Again, we cross multiply. We have 2x is equals to 24. Take 1/2 on each side. We have x is equals to 12, which is also 4 over x is equals to 2 over 6. We're gonna invert each side, so we have x over 4 is equals to 6 over 2. We're gonna cross multiply each. We have 2x is equals to 24 again. Take 1/2 on each side, we have x is equals to 12. Still the same result. The fourth method we're going to use is using the denominator addition law of proportion. 4 over x is equals to 2 over 6. So we have 4 plus x all over x is equals to 2 plus 6 all over 6. We're going to cross multiply, so we have 6 times 4x plus 4 is equals to x times the quantity of 2 plus 6. So we have 24 plus 6x is equals to 8x. We need to join like terms, so we have 24 is equals to 2x. Take 1/2 on each side, so we have x is equals to 12. Still the same with the other examples. The fifth method we're going to use now is using the denominator subtraction law of proportions. We have 4 over x is equals to 2 over 6. So 4 minus x all over x is equals to 2 minus 6 all over 6. Cross multiply again. So we have 6 times 4 minus x is equals to x times 2 minus 6. So we have 24 minus 6x is equals to negative 4x. Join like terms, we have 24 is equals to 2x. Take 1/2 on each side again. We have x is equals to 12. Still the same with all other methods we used.